To think after 5.5 years that we've delivered a massive infrastructure project, which is it's a huge boost for Victoria, and I personally would like to thank everybody who'd worked on the project.
The Regional Rail Link is one of Australia's largest infrastructure projects in recent times. What it's going to do is create generational change for public transport users in Victoria. It's separating regional trains from metropolitan trains, so both the country and the metropolitan people win out of this project. We are most proud at the board and the whole team for what we've achieved, and including winning Infrastructure Partnership Australia's Project of the Year award.
The Regional Rail Link project has constructed 90 kilometres of new track for Victorian rail network. It transverses in from West Werribee Junction through a greenfield area, 2 new stations through the Deer Park, along the existing corridor to Sunshine, and then all the way into Southern Cross.
We've been working on the Regional Rail Link for over 5 years. Projects like this have their challenges. We've been able to overcome these through using innovation, being able to work with all departments, all communities in a really collaborative way. And I think that's one of the hallmarks of our success of being able to deliver this under budget and ahead of schedule.
Thousands of people have literally worked on the project and undertaken and delivered some of the most complex infrastructure you could experience anywhere.
Over 3,000 workers had to work together on this landmark project. They had to work at night, on weekends, at times when most of us are actually at home with their families, and they did a fantastic job to deliver the project when we have. The dedication of our workers, their expertise and passion have made the Regional Rail Link project what it is. Delivering a Regional Rail Link was a huge challenge. We've had to deliver state-of-the-art infrastructure. We've had to build railway tracks really close to homes and businesses and in the middle of the community. We've had to have extremely important relationships with local councils, with residents, businesses and key stakeholders. Safety was an enormous focus for us. The well-being of the 3,000 people, the workforce, was paramount to us. It was also extremely important to make sure that we delivered the project safely for the public as well.
The outcome that we've achieved over the 3 years is quite staggering. We think we've set a new benchmark for the industry. The enhanced outcomes in safety systems, work practices has substantially improved, and we think it's a legacy for the future.
Amazing engineering going into it, and it was amazing watching, for example, going towards Footscray, how they fit an extra 2 tracks through the cutting through Footscray.
The Regional Rail Link project has been the biggest infrastructure project delivered in Australia in recent times.
Collaboration for us was the key focus to make sure that for the job to be successful, that everybody worked together. Whether it was the workforce, management on the project, the local community, key stakeholders, we needed to make sure that we collaborated with everybody. To avoid disruption to the community, we did a lot of work at night, a lot of work on weekends and school holidays, and we had to consolidate our work in a way to minimise the disruption to the community. We really wanted to be sure that the community understood the benefits of the project, so our communication was essential.
Yes, one of the difficult aspects for the workforce has been, whilst we've been trying to minimise impacts on the travelling public, doing our work in school holidays, means they've had to give up many of their school holidays throughout the last 3 years to be able to do these sharp, difficult, focused periods of work, and we really are thankful, and we're very, very proud of the effort that they've put in to deliver this great outcome. To maintain their endeavour over such an intense period of work with our rail closures, there's extensive planning, preparation needs to be put into place before we can undertake the work, and then we're working 24/7 for up to 3-week periods, so it requires a lot of workforce, a lot of focus, in particular the safety aspects are key to be managed to ensure that we send everyone home safely.
Regional Rail Link is not just a railway line. It improves access to health, to education. It improves our road network. It improves our cycling network. We've built ramps to the platforms, and we've built ramps to make sure that cyclists can cross the railway lines far more safely than what they could in the past. We've also added bike cages and infrastructure to make sure that in the future cyclists can actually leave their cycles at the station safely. On top of that, we've actually built a dedicated bike path from the Western Ring Road back into Tottenham, so we've added another connection to the bicycle network in Victoria.
The regional rail link offers greater capacity through the better engineering of the new tracks, and as the population of country Victoria grows, the reliability of the service increases, therefore more people want to use it.
Built 2 new stations out in the Melbourne's west, and we've renovated or overhauled, and in some cases rebuilt, 3 stations in the inner west, in West Footscray and Sunshine.
If you had seen Sunshine Station 3 years ago compared to today, you wouldn't believe it. We've revitalised that whole precinct area. We've pulled down the old station, we've rebuilt a new state-of-the-art building. We've added ramps, we've added cross-station connectivity to a bicycle network. We've rebuilt the bus interchange. We've made sure that we've got appropriate cab ranks as well. So Sunshine today is for the future.
West Footscray was completely rebuilt. It was an old station. The difficulty of building it where it was challenging, so we took the opportunity to move it and rebuild a brand new structure, linking all the bikeways through, making it a much more safer crossing point, as well as a fantastic new station. Tottenham was quite tricky. It's up high on embankment, and we couldn't really rebuild that without pulling it apart, so we focus on giving it a facelift and making it more attractive and more accessible, and the outcome the community has been extremely happy with.
If you look at Footscray Station now that it's complete compared to say 4 years ago, we've pretty well rebuilt it. And on top of that, we've added 2 new platforms dedicated for the V-line network, and adding ramps for cross-line connectivity for the bicycle network. We've improved the safety and the amenity, and actually Footscray today, in my view, looks fantastic.
The environmental rating's been a key focus from the start, and we've now achieved a new level for Australia, 4-star accredited stations under the Green Building Council accreditation scheme. 5 of our stations now have achieved that rating.
By allowing the extra capacity on the railway network, it enables the road network to be decongested, so people are able to make a choice about whether they want to catch a train or drive a car. That certainly is a huge benefit for both the road and rail network.
One of the great achievements has been the removal of 2 level crossings on Anderson Road in Sunshine. It's free flowing, it's much safer. The access through those areas for the pedestrians, for bike riders and for the motorists is much safer, so it's something that we are very happy with. We're focused all the way out through to the west. There is no new level crossings, everything's been grade separated. We've been proceeding ahead of the development of the suburbs, so in a sense we're opening up those areas and making them much easier to traverse, as well as introducing the new rail service.
Because V-Line are express trains in and out of Melbourne, they now have their own dedicated track, which means we don't have a capacity and a reliability issue where we've got a mismatch of services. Metro trains can operate in and out of Melbourne independent of the V-Line trains, which has improved the reliability and the capacity tremendously.
For passengers who have been travelling with V-Line for years, they will notice a completely new experience in travelling to Melbourne on the regional rail link. They'll notice greater punctuality and reliability.
We've utilised a range of innovative construction techniques, building infrastructure without impacting on the community. Right through West Melbourne, we've threaded through a new bridge structure in a place where you would hardly think you could ride your push bike, but we've been able to fit that in. So we've used innovation in a way of building without interfering with the community.
If you have a look at the massive growth area between Wintervale and Tarneet, there was no railway line near them. What we now have built is 2 new stations in 2 new growth areas that the community out there now have a choice of how they can travel, which they didn't have before.
The hallmarks of success of a project are when it's delivered safely, and we're very proud of our safety record. But the fact that we've been able to do this ahead of schedule and under budget, I think is testament to the hard work of everyone that's been on this project. The teams that have come together and worked collaboratively on delivering this, the executive team, has been absolutely outstanding.
I'd also like to thank the community who've accepted the interface of what we had to go and do. So a lot of people have been really patient and dedicated, and from my point of view, I appreciate the fact that you've stuck with us, and now the project is pretty well built.
This is going to be a hallmark project that people will be able to look back on, but not only that, it's a project that I think is going to be the forerunner for much more development in public transport in Victoria.
Regional Rail Link is a landmark infrastructure project. It will bring enormous social, economic and transport benefits to Victorians.